Hey, my comic book peoples. So last week I came with a video of my top uh, artists for 2023. Today I'm coming with you the top writers for 2023. Now, hear me out. Couple things a couple rules I gotta say. Um, First and foremost, this is not in any kind of order. Okay, these are just my top. I couldn't come up with a top 10 because I read so many good books um no in 2023. So I have top 20. Okay. So this list is my top 20 writers. And when I mean writers, these are writers, the books that I've read. Now there's gonna be some people that's not gonna be on this list that you may think is the bee's knees and you think they all that in the bag of chips. Cool. That means I didn't read them. But these are the top 20 writers that one their books are in my pull list. First and foremost, I've always been collecting them the whole year of 2023. These are the books I've been reading. Main thing I want to get out of this is to let y'all know this, and I will say this multiple times. This is not in any kind of order. Okay, so once we get that out the way, we're gonna do it. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the top. And does not mean that person is number one, but um, this is my list. Okay, these are my top 20 writers. First one is gonna be Mark Waid. He has written Batman slash Superman World's Finest. That's the book I've read. It's been one of my favorite DC books to read of 2023. I really enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed the storyline from Thunderboy and on to going to Kingdom Come. I really enjoyed this book. I highly recommend it if you can get the book in trade. But Batman's Superman World's Finest by Mark Waid, yes, I love that book. The next writer I have, he's currently writing two good books that I'm reading. It's Philip Kennedy Johnson. He's writing Green Lantern War Journal and The Incredible Hulk. He this gentleman, I believe he did Action Comics, and he's taken books that certain writers that how can I say this about being nice. The previous writer didn't do it with book justice. Okay, and I feel that Philip Kennedy Johnson took Action Comics, say Superman. This is how Superman's supposed to be, and everybody was like, okay, yeah, we cool, good, yes, thank you. The same thing with Incredible Hulk. No offense to Donny Cates. I love Donny Cates. I collect a lot of his work, especially in 2022. I hope he gets well. I know he had an accident, I think it was last year. So I hope you get well. But what Philip Kennedy Johnson is doing with Incredible Hulk is phenomenal. I really enjoyed the vibes to get it, the creepy vibes in it. Um, the story from Bruce Banner's point of view and this little girl that's been walking with him. I can't wait to see where this goes. I know the character itself, Incredible Hulk, is going to be like guest appearing in other books, but do yourself a service. Go grab Incredible Hulk. Go grab Green Lantern War Journal. I'm really liking what he's doing with Green Lantern, Jonathan Stewart, uh, Green Lantern, or John Stewart, Green Lantern. I'm not saying the previous writer didn't do him justice. He did. I don't care what nobody said. That run of Green Lantern that he did, the 12 issues, was good. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to remember the writer name on that book. That writer did not, did anything wrong with John Stewart. So, but I really appreciate what Philip Kennedy Johnson doing in Green Lantern War Journal and in Incredible Hulk. Now, the next writer I have is Eve L. Ewing. Okay, I know, I know. Hear me out. I know. A lot of people did not like what Ridley did with T'Challa. Trust me, I'm one of them. And so sometimes I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay, really, he's gonna turn this around. He's gonna make Black Panther great again. I can't wait to see the hero's journey of the heroes getting beat down, and he gonna come up and rise back up to the top again. And then I kept waiting, and I kept waiting, and then, wait a minute, knocked him down again, even further. And I never saw that fight where the hero is beaten down till he can't be beaten down anymore, and then he starts to rise up and be the hero that we all know and love him for. I never saw that with Ridley's run on Black Panther. Eve Ewing, and excuse me, Doctor Eve Ewing, what she's doing is great. I love the fact that this is okay. You know, everybody keep focusing on Wakanda. Let me take them to another city, and it's not. It's almost like, to me, it feels like she went to Chicago, put Black Panther in Chicago, and now it's a new city, new rules, new different ways of thinking, and then now she really building him up slowly but surely. Okay, so Dr. Eve Ewing, you're doing a phenomenal job with Black Panther, and I really appreciate the current run. That I believe that's one of the books that's going to be in my top 23 books of the year, um, and I can't wait to show you that list as well. So next writer, Tom Taylor, Nightwing. Um, lately, and I will be 100% honest, lately I've been thinking about maybe dropping the Nightwing book, but it's keeping me intrigued enough to keep going. The whole Heartless run, I really enjoyed that run. So I can't wait to sit down and continue on reading that. Um, so I would, like I said, this list is not in any order, but Tom Taylor, he's his work on Nightwing is good. It's not great, but it's good enough to keep me intrigued. At the beginning, like I said, with Heartless, I really did enjoy it. Okay, so we got the next writer, Ron B, Detective Comics. Listen, so I was reading Detective Comics the last couple of issues, and oh my god, this has been some of the best writing, like solid writing in DC. Um, way they taking Batman to different levels, the way that he has some of the certain things he had to overcome from this new faction that was in Gotham before the Waynes to his own enemies had to like team up with his side characters to rescue him. So Ron B has been writing this book so well. One of my favorite characters he's written, and the dialogue. And when I was reading it, I was reading it just how I think he would sound. Is Azrael. Azrael, when he fighting the thugs, he's using that rhetoric, the old school rhetoric and language, and I was just like, you know what? Thank you. I love that. I love that nuance that makes me feel like I'm supposed to. Hey, you're not supposed to talk in your Detroit lingo here, Brian. You got to talk in 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 18th century medieval, stuff like that. So the next writer I want to talk about is Brian Hill. He writes Blade. Okay, he's doing some good stuff. Excuse me, I have to take a little drink because this is still a lot of lists to go. Okay, so excuse me. Brian Hill on Blade. He um, a lot of people worried because the previous book, talk about his daughter. They didn't really, uh, people weren't really feeling it. I didn't mind it. And then when the actual Blade book came out, people said, oh. And I'm not sure he wrote. I don't think he wrote the Daughter of Blade, Bloodline. I think he just did Blade. But the news I heard, and I can't wait till February. Brian Hill is supposed to be writing Ultimate Black Panther. So he's doing if you love his Blade, pick up his Ultimate Black Panther book. So for the first time in a long time, we're going to have 2 ongoing Black Panther books. I cannot wait. And so, Brian Hill, keep up the phenomenal job you're doing in Blade. It is great. Okay, so, and also keep in mind, I suck at names. Like, I'm horrible with pronouncing people's names. So if I see one of these writers and they have a name that I misspelled, please forgive me. Anyways, so next person, David Cronson. See, I'm already messing up. He writes Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. Yes, you heard me correctly. It was a gentleman. I was at my LCS. We was just having random comic book talk, casual comic book talk. He said, "What book do you recommend?" I said, "Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer." He said, "Wait, what?" I said, "Yes. It is what it is." Basically, Harriet Tubman is fighting vampires, and it is great. They still have that lingo from back in the day, and it's like take Blade and put them in slavery and have fun and make them female. Have fun, and it works. The writing on it is great. The way that Harriet Tubman's mannerisms and the way she interacts with other people in the book, I love it. I highly recommend Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. Like I said, my LCS, I know for a fact they still have all 4. I think on issue 4, or probably issue 5. They have all of them still there. So I highly recommend Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. So next writer is Stephanie Phillips. She wrote Grimm. Let me tell you this. Grimm has just been fun. I know it had its moments where it slowed down, but I really enjoy Grimm, and I can't wait. I don't know if it's ending or it's going on hiatus. Cause let me go just a little mini rant here. I am upset every time I get one of these independent books or obscure books from Big Two. You read it and you're like, "Oh, this is amazing. This is great. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, wait, it's delayed. Oh, it's going on hiatus." And I mean, granted, I understand that people have lives and they can't, they might something in their life at home may take them away from work. I understand that, but dang. So, I'm looking at you, Justice Society of America, Vanish, just to name a few. Um, so I'm not sure if Grimm is going on hiatus or um, or is it just the end of the title. So Stephanie Phillips from Grimm, I do recommend that book as well. I recommend every book that I see on this list as far as what these writers are writing. Next one is Chip Zdarsky Batman. Hear me out. I can feel y'all butt itching from way over here in Texas. Yes, the whole failsafe title, the whole failsafe run wasn't really everybody's cup of tea. Yes, I know Batman from space, still surviving with these, got the superhero pose and everything. I know that was crazy, outlandish, but it still don't take the fact that it was still a good story to me. I like it when writers take established characters and try to do something totally different. The fact that Batman is right now at the state of Batman is right now in Batman in the Batman books is his mental is being challenged. His mental, he basically going crazy. And there was people who didn't like when Tom Taylor was writing Batman, and he made him out to be a simp to Catwoman. Now they don't like when Chip Zdarsky write Batman because they make him seem like he's crazy. Look, I don't mind it because it's something different that that he's not just beating up the same villains over and over and over again. He's actually doing something that's really affecting him to the point that once again, like I told you, I love when my heroes get beat down to the point where you're like, what's going on? But you also, the writers, you also have to make sure that same hero rises up to a challenge. Okay, so Chip Zdarsky Batman, I'm feeling it. I'm gonna keep collecting it. I've been collecting it since Rebirth. So the next book next writer I'm going to talk about is Jed MacKay. He's writing Avengers and Moon Knight. Um, both books are pretty good. I've never really actively collected Avengers until 2023, and I really like the title. I like the villains they're going up against. They've seemed very interesting. I can't wait to see what's happening in the next issue. I really enjoy way each characters are written separately. They don't seem like they just carbon copy the same voice. Moon Knight has been probably one of the best Marvel books of 2023. I really I really enjoy reading about Moon Knight. The what's it called, the Midnight Mission or Mission Midnight. I can't remember their little group, but fighting Zodiac, fighting the Black Spectre, going inside. Uh, um, wait, no, he didn't do that one. That was a different, right? Never mind. But fighting Black Spectre, fighting Zodiac, and building up his own little mini team with Reese, the soldier, Tigra, and things of that nature. Hunter's Moon as well. Uh, he has done a phenomenal job with that. So the next writer is Kyle Higgins. He writes uh, a Radiant Black. Now, is this whole image universe called the Massiverse, and he's responsible for it. So you got books like Radiant Black, Radiant Pink, Radiant Red, No One, Rogue Sun, and the Dead Lucky. I think that's all of them. Only one I'm not collecting is the Dead Lucky. He's not writing all of them, but he has other writers. He's like the head guy. Um, but Radiant Black is phenomenal. Right now, what they're doing is very unique. So I want to say the last couple months, Radiant Black will come up with 2 issues, okay? Because Radiant Black has 2 different people playing as the main character. And when you read one book, is the decision that this character would do, and then the other book is what the decision the other character would do. I checked my future solicitation. This is gonna stay going on all the way up until March or April. So, but the way he writes Radiant Black is very well written. I like the dynamics between the 2 characters that play the same main character. I love different choices they make. One is headstrong, like I'm about business, I'm standing on business. And the other one is like, yo, no. Let's look at what's in front of us and devise a plan of attack that's going to be beneficial for us instead of just going out there head first. So if you want to, I know for a fact that Radiant Black has trade paperbacks. Go out there, grab it, and read it. You're not going to be disappointed. The whole massive verse is, I think I'm going to do a video on talking about the whole massive verse. It's very well written. But what I have to do first is I have to get the Dead Lucky titles, the issues, so I can be well caught up in that as well. So the next writer, when I mention this person's name, y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who this is. We're going to talk about Robert Kirkman. The book I'm talking about is Void Rivals, okay? The fact that they started to create their own universe, the Energon universe, with Transformers, G.I. Joe, and the Void people from Void Rivals. It's great. It took them. They took 2023 by storm. Okay, when that first book came out, everybody wanted. I still got extra copies of issue one, um, cover A, cover B, blank covers. I still got a bunch of them. And so, Void Rivals, when Kirkman, he was the writer of The Walking Dead, uh, and other many other books. And he's going this book. The story alone, if you just take the Energon universe out, it's still a good story. Okay, we got some old school '80s sci-fi vibes to it, and I highly recommend it. Um, and I have no problems with this title whatsoever. So, the next writer is Jeremy Adams from Green Lantern. Now, everybody know Jeremy Adams from Flash. He's still writing Jay Garrick Flash, but right now he's off the Flash book. It's somebody else, Cy Spurrier, and Jeremy Adams is now writing Green Lantern. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say anything about the Flash book. Cy Spurrier, do your thing. But Jeremy Adams on Green Lantern has been a breath of fresh air. He, I don't really know spoilers. I do have issue 7, the one that just came out I think last week. I haven't read it yet, but I've read all the way up to 6. Oh my god! After issue 6, the game got changed. So I'm very interested in what issue 7 is going to be about. What happened to certain characters that I don't want to get spoilers, but trust me, Green Lantern. If you want to read it, read it. It will not let you down. So the next writer that I'm talking about is Joshua Williamson. He writes Titans and Superman. Let me tell you, I want to say, is he writing Superman? I want to say yes. I want to say yes because I don't like to be wrong. So we're gonna do some research right now on it, and just to make sure that he's writing indeed writing Superman, I'm gonna say yes. I'm collecting Superman. I should know who's writing it, right? That's not always the case with me because I've collected so many different types of um, different publishers. On average, I am reading about 15 books a week, and I want to make sure I got the right writer with the right book because I don't let you down. Plus, I don't feel like editing the fact that it was actually this writer. You was wrong, Bryant. And I know some people are gonna be coming at me because it's Superman 9, issue number 9. I have that. Okay, yeah, I'm right. Okay, once again, I'm right. Like I was right about my Michigan Wolverines and my Detroit Lions. Um, Josh Williamson wrote Superman and also writing Titans. I love the fact that with Superman, that's like, hey, Lex Luthor came to Metropolis before you, Clark Kent / Superman, and he was trying to do the superhero thing, and he failed. What happened to his villains? That storyline is great. I like seeing these new villains. Villains, to me, when I buy comic books, well, I say that for the end. I'll say that for the end. But Joshua Williamson is doing a great job on Superman. He's doing a great job on the Titans. I have no problems with either one of those titles. I'm collecting both of them, so I highly recommend it. So the next writer, going back to Marvel, is Jerry Duggan. He writes Invincible Iron Man and X-Men. Hear me out. He's writing other books too, but I'm just speaking upon these two. He's like entrenched in the family, the X family, because Invincible Iron Man is a Fall of X book, believe it or not. He's really tied into the X-Men titles with the fact that the Sentinels, the actual Sentinels, the Orcus is using are based off the designs of Tony Stark. So I want to say this: Invincible Iron Man is one of the most underrated Marvel books right now. I highly recommend reading it. It's been phenomenal from issue 1 through 11, 10 or 11. I'm going to say it is, I want to say 10. No, I want to say 11. Oh, I'm wrong on both counts, 14. So from issue 1 to 14, Invincible Iron Man, it's been great. I really enjoyed it. I love his writing. Um, I love his writing on this title. Uh, the fact that how he incorporates the X Men into the world of Tony Stark and Iron Man is great. Um, Jerry, I don't know you're not watching this, but if you are, if you can, you're bored one day and you decide to click on my video, keep up the good work. Uh, Next writer is one of my favorite writers of 2022, and now he's one of my favorite writers of 2023. It is Daniel Warren Johnson for Transformers. 2022, I believe he did Beta Ray Bill and Do a Powerbomb, and I fell in love with him. And he's doing a great job with the Transformers title as well. No spoilers, no spoilers of that title. He's just doing a great job on it. I love the aspects of how humans interact with the Autobots and Decepticons, and certain people. Whew, some certain people that I think was gonna be gone are gone already. I'm like, the hell? All right, I guess. So, but I want trust in Daniel Warren Johnson. He haven't let me down in two straight titles yet. So we'll see how he does with further along with Transformers. Now, another underrated independent book that nobody's not really talking about is G. Willow Wilson's The Hunger and the Beast. If you like fantasy, if you like, D&D type of storyline, this is the title for you. Is romance in there, there's action, there's deceit. I mean, like, the way she writes this book is great. I really enjoy her writing. I only know I bought this book, to be honest with you. I was like, okay, the cover looks cool. I'll just, I asked my LCS if, if I can add it, add it to my pool. And it's from IDW. So, a lot of their books are, that company's been taking a lot of hits last year. So I am happy to see that this particular title is still going on. The next writer, this is one of those other books that's part of the Massive Universe. It's from Ryan Perriott, and excuse me if I destroy your name, but the book is Rogue Sun. One of my favorite out of the Massive Universe. It's like if Radiant Black was one, Rogue Sun was one added as far as the Massive Universe titles. This book has just been phenomenal. He literally had a title in one of the issues, like issue 7, where they have a choose your own adventure book. And literally, like, I'm reading it through, like, my stupid butt was reading it like, trying to read like a regular book. And no, you have to read it like you're doing a choose your own adventure. So I got to one part of the book, I got stuck. I kept going back, getting stuck, going back, getting stuck. And then I finally reread the beginning, I was like, oh. And then I got unstuck. So that made me fall in love with that book. Now, my next writer is Christopher Priest, Superman Lost. Oh my God. I highly recommend it. The final issue just came out, and it's coming out this week. And please go get it, because what Luthor did to Lois just to get Superman's attention, like, oh my God. I highly recommend this. Christopher Priest is doing a phenomenal job. It's like, and the thing is, not many people know about this book. Like, I mean, I know a couple people in my community does, but not many people know about Superman Lost. And I'm like, well, you're lost if you don't know about Superman Lost, because it's a good title. So I highly recommend that. My last writer, okay? I was trying to keep it short because I had like 20 writers, and I'm already almost over the 30-minute mark. One of my favorite writers, Rodney Barnes. The book I chose was Monarch. The reason I chose Monarch, it was just great. It's a sci-fi, um, alien invasion type of book that ended so well. And I'm hoping if you're watching this, Rodney, I'm gonna try to tag you on this. Please tell me there's gonna be another volume of mine because I really enjoy it. He does another good book called Philadelphia, but I'm not reading that right now. I don't think I've ever read Philadelphia, and I know my comments gonna be on fire because I said that. I know I'm supposed to be reading Philadelphia. I haven't. I never read the even first issue of it. Eventually, I will hunt it down. Probably just get a bunch of trade paperback and read them all in one sitting. But until then, Monarch is my favorite book of Ronnie Brown's of 2023. So that is my list. Now, if you made it this far, cool. I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate everybody that's been liking and subscribing to my channels. I really do. The reason why I wrote this list because I'm an artist. I love to draw, paint, and love drawing comics myself. But when it comes to me purchasing a comic book, first and foremost, your artwork will get me into the door. If you want me to keep me in your house, your writing gotta be on par. I've dropped books because the writing sucked and artwork was phenomenal. But the writing was so bad, I was like, no, I'm out. When you're writing a good story, and my number one thing when you write a good story with me, your villain gotta be on point. Your villain either has to be a BA or make it a great challenge for the hero to overcome. Okay? Writing a good villain will keep me in it. A lot of these books that I've read, because they have great villains in it. And I can't wait to read the next issue to see if those villains are going to prevail or if the hero is going to stop them. So that's the reason why I made this list. My next video, my last video, I know I've been saying this a lot in my previous videos, the best artists, and now with the best writers, not in any kind of order. My next video, it's in order. It's a big one. My favorite books for 2023. And I'll explain the rules when my rules when that video is out. It's gonna be a great video. I have a top 10 and I have honorable mentions for my best books for 2023. I really do appreciate you guys for watching this video for my best writers for 2023. I really appreciate all the likes and loves I get from this community. And I hope that y'all come back, or I hope y'all got down to this far in the video. And I hope y'all do come back to see my top 10 books for 2023. Y'all enjoy your day. And you know what I always say. Happy clipping. Peace.